I love Francis. He's my
Uh-huh.
business partner. We
Mhm.
work on our corporate business together. And one day we were talking about, I was like, yeah, I'm holding on to my paper schedule, my um, at a glance. And
Yeah,
he's like,
that's
no,
yeah.
you should go electronic and stuff. And I think he's right because I just um, scheduled you for tomorrow instead of now. And I was supposed to be with Tanya now, and
Uh,
I'm here with you. So
yeah,
maybe I
although
can
that
learn
can
from
that can
Francis.
happen with an electronic schedule too. It's
That's true.
to be fair.
Mm.
That at a glance, that's what I used for I think 20 years. 20 years.
Mhm. The
I
small
had
one
one
or
that
the long one?
the big one. I would get one.
Big
It would
one.
be a big ritual every December. I'd go and buy a new one for the new year.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same thing that I do now on the iCal. It's like
Okay.
I look basically at the week at a glance, and I'll see,
Yeah.
where it has 15-minute increments, and I have all the appointments set up. And
Mhm.
usually when I commit to the act of writing it down, then I can fairly well remember what's happening without referring back to it even sometimes, which is
It's the
nice.
same for me. I don't know if I can function without it. I like to have all of it at a glance, and I like to have the weekly view, the weekly overview. And yeah, I think, I don't know, I'm completely, using electronics and phone and everything, but my planner, my schedule, I haven't or been able to manage it from the phone. Maybe because I'm visual. It doesn't mean
Uh-huh.
that I can't. Yeah, I guess it's the same with my books too. When I say that I need to have them so I can write on them, I can
Mm,
interact with them.
mm.
Same goes with my schedule.
Yeah, it's well,
Planner.
it's a mindset shift, I think, and it was for me when I decided when I got a Mac computer, I decided that that's what I was going to do. Is I was going to do the iCal rather than the paper calendar. And I like the fact that I'll do it on the computer. Mainly, I'll do it on the computer. I'll sit and have the whole window open and adjust my schedule and look at everything, and then it populates to the phone.
Yeah,
So it's updating both ways every time, and so that's a
I
nice
think
thing.
it's fun, but it makes me think of, minimalist. I've been on the minimalist journey for years.
Mhm.
We started back in 2014 before we moved to the States. So it's
Mhm.
a never ending journey. So I love minimalist, but if you look at my books, that's
Yeah,
not a
your books are
minimalist.
the opposite of minimal. Well,
But
I mean, it's like, do
I
you have just the one wall, or is it like
I
all over
have
the place?
I have the like long wall, and I do have a bookshelf in every room in my
Uh,
home. So
uh-huh.
there are books everywhere, even in my bedroom, and the kids' bedrooms too. But I think that for books, like he says, it's better to have, like, Joshua Baker is the one that I follow. He used to be a pastor. I love him. And he says it's best to have, everything on the computer and books, etc. But I was like, yeah, I guess I'll just hold on to that last one. And I like paper. I write a lot. Maybe that's my, my um, training is in journalism and communication. So
Mm.
like writing, pen and paper is just what I love. And talking about that, I've been looking for years at the Remarkable. It's like
Oh,
an iPad.
it's like a tablet, like an
Yes.
iPad. Yeah.
And I haven't gotten it yet, but every year I look at it, and I'm sure now, if because Big Brother is watching, I'm
Uh,
going to
yeah, you're
have
going to be
all of
served up. You're going to be served up all sorts of ads. Your Facebook feed's going to be full of
until
this.
until I buy it.
Yeah, you're going to you get emails from them, and yeah, it's going to follow
Yes.
you when you're surfing on the web, and
Oh, it's gonna follow me. I'm gonna be haunted by it until I buy it, and just for that, I'll resist. I'm not gonna buy it this year.
I use an app. I I have an iPad that's like a big one. It's a like
Oh,
a 12-inch diagonal version. So the size of the screen is the size of a sheet of paper, a sheet of standard paper. And there's an app I use in there called Notability, which I think is very similar to what Remarkable
yeah.
does, although Remarkable is just dedicated for that
Hmm.
purpose. But what I like about it is I can I use it mainly in guitar lessons.
Okay.
So I can import a piece of sheet music and do all my markings on it, do all the diagrams, or I can write out a set of diagrams or whatever. And then from there, email it to the student
That's fun.
right away. So that's really convenient.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm bringing it back to our subject, and I would love us to kind of try and explore minimalism
Uh-huh.
with our, current presence and state of awareness. And I think they go very well together. As I'm thinking out loud here, minimalism is all about living in the present, right? Getting rid
Right.
of things that encumbered us from the past.
Yes.
And, enjoying what we have now, the present moment, and not let things disturb us from our true purpose, our true mission.
So you're talking about minimalist in terms of a mindset.
In terms of a mindset. So I feel like it goes very well with presence and awareness and being in the moment and action taking, because you're getting rid of everything that can hold you back. Like I'm thinking of when they say, for example, you don't keep, you keep memories in your head rather than you don't have like photo albums that are, all of the walls, and because it keeps you there, you're not moving forward. And, the mindset is to know that it's all of those little moments that made you today. But if you keep looking there, you're not living the now. You're like, so what do you think? It's just, yeah.
It's like you could organize. What's coming up for me right now is maybe you organized your thoughts in such a way that a lot of these past memories and past ideas are, I don't know, relegated to a storage unit somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe you move them off site, and so they're not within your immediate awareness.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, in which way do they prevent you from living the now? I'm remembering Steve Hardison, our coach, our ultimate coach, burning his journals recently.
Yes. Remember? I did that. Actually, speaking of that, that reminds me, I did that I had several. I was a very avid journaler for a long time when I was in college, and I kept these. I had all these stacks of sketchbooks that I'd filled up. And one day I just decided, well, okay, it's time for these to go. And I took them to the dumpster, kind of unceremoniously dumped them. And it was a rather freeing experience. And there's been maybe one or two moments where there were one or two special things, and we're talking maybe dozens of journals. There were one or two things that I thought, well, I wish I still had that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, no.
What I've read about it, and I think it's true, is that you can do it, but you need to make sure that you're ready for it. And I think I read that because there is IKEA. IKEA is not minimalist, although they do have, like, there in Norway, like big homes. And so when you look at the catalog, I love, my home is mainly IKEA, and we've talked about that already. And the magazine was saying, well, you're reading everywhere that, you need to be minimalist, you need to get rid of everything. But the danger is that it almost forces you to get rid of things too quickly. And then you're there like wishing you haven't done it. Say, there is a time for everything, but you do it when you're ready. Like me and my books, maybe there will come the day where I'll be like, oh, all of these things, I just want to get rid of it. And it has become that way regarding clothes. Years ago, I remember when I was young and working in Paris, there wasn't a day where I would go home without a bag of new clothes for many reasons, right? Feeling and over-consuming and coping mechanisms. But the bottom line is, today, I am happy when I have just a few clothes. And this seems very contradictory because I sell clothes and I have new collection coming in all the time. Yet I find myself loving basics and keeping basics and wearing those basics. And when I travel, when I go on, and I'm super happy when I have just a few things that I can wear on repeat and that I can mix and match. It's so freeing. So I know, so I know that deep down inside of me, I love just having just a few things, right? And I see the benefits of that kind of minimalism.
What are your thoughts on the idea that if something new enters your life, something that's in your life leaves to make room for
I don't like formulas usually because they don't work all the time. So I love making space for new to come in. I think it's all about making space, because if you're full, something, you don't enjoy the new, you don't even see it, you're overwhelmed. So I love the idea of just declaring, of going and see, because truth to be told, you can't wear everything, or you can't use everything that you have. Like all of my books, I love them, but I am not focusing on all of them at the same time. Although there are periods where I'll be like, okay, I'm just more into poetry, or I'm more into literature, or I'm more into psychology, or I'm more into theology or things like that. But I like all of them to be there. But I also know that, like right now, I have a lot of books that, so I often wonder, maybe should I take out some others just to be able to? And I'm like, no, for now, I'm okay with it. So I think some things have to go, but I have to be honest with myself too. There are some things in there that I know I will probably never go back, because my mindset has evolved. So it's just me being coherent with myself and going to say, this theory or theology that I was believing in, I don't believe in it anymore, so it has to go. So it's making sure that everything that is in here is in line with my mindset. So yes, like the clothes that don't fit me anymore because they were too big or too small, they don't need to stay in my
Well, that's certainly something to consider, right?
I have a friend that I love. She just called me yesterday and said, 2 days ago, and said, oh, I went to IKEA and I bought bins because I was cleaning my closet, and there are all these clothes that I love, but either they're big or they're small, but I don't want to get rid of them. I love them. So I'll keep them in a bin, in this bin that I bought at IKEA. And I was thinking, and I didn't share it with her, but I think I will at some point. And I'm like, wow, how about you just leave today?
Yeah.
And not necessarily keep those clothes. I don't know. It's a tough one. So food for thought.
Yeah, that is one of the things I admire about Corvo is Corvo has not inherited a tendency that I've had to hang on to things for a long time. Regularly, it's a purge. It's like, well, I'm getting rid of this, I'm getting rid of this, I'm getting rid of this. I'm making room for new things to come in, but I'm getting rid of the things that I no longer use.
So if you want to go even more psychological, and from my studies, I'm taking this interpersonal neurobiology course for the whole year with Dan Siegel that I love. So, and I'm learning that the core issue for all of that, I think it can apply here too, is the separation anxiety that's at the core of all of it.
So
separation anxiety.
Meaning that,
The desire, holding on to things because we have a hard time letting things go because of separation anxiety we struggled with when we were a baby. And it all goes back to the attachment theory, where, when we are born, we have that need to be close to our mom, right? Need for closeness. And modern society will let babies cry out in the room. And so the attachment will not be secure of the child, and you develop what is called separation anxiety. that can happen in other, like my daughter right now, I think she has separation anxiety, although, she's connected to me 24/7 because of the things that are happening in the house, because, somebody very close to her has disappeared from her, not disappeared, but is not here
No, on the regular,
24/7.
Yes.
So there is this separation anxiety. So I think when we grow up can manifest in holding on to things that give us this sense of security. Yeah, that's my still husband used to say, okay, I didn't know you have a psychology degree too, or medicine degree, or because I love to come up with theories and things.
Yeah.
And he always makes fun of me anyway. So yeah, so that's my 50-cent psychology overview.
I'm gonna have to let that one roll around
a
little bit and see what I think about that.
But it's good. I mean, that's food for thought. That's what I love. It's not, I like to say that it's not about being right. It's about, conversation, and it's about digging deep and thinking about things, but it's never about trying to convince you or people who are listening to us, but just to have another perspective.
Yeah, that's good. All right. Well, I think we're
we? Oh yeah.
we did it. Okay, so thanks everybody for watching, and
is Tanya there? Tanya, I love you.
I don't see her, but thank you for moving your appointment to allow us to do this. I appreciate that.
Love you, Tanya. I love you all.
All right, everybody have a beautiful morning. We'll see you soon. All right, we are click. Yeah, we're out. Yeah.